Okay, hi everyone and welcome to the final thoughts video. First pro, it's got to be the performance. I think you see that in the POV video. It's, you know, it's just so quick, it's so instant. The handling as well, it's really pointy, it goes where you want it to go, and surprisingly the ride, it's not too crazy harsh. And it's pretty compliant really for, you know, how well it handles. And the infotainment, unrivaled, there's no doubt about that. And the infrastructure. So I'll just mention the infrastructure side of things, because when I was coming over here, we stopped at a service station close to Somme, I think. And there was a huge queue of ID4s and ENIACs and things like that, sort of around about just as you get into the service station. And you could see that there was, I don't know, there's probably about 10 cars and probably about 2 or 3 chargers available. And then there was about 8 stalls for Teslas. And this guy in a Model 3 just rocks up, gets out of his car, charges it straight off, and you could feel the jealousy from all the other drivers that it's just so easy, it's so convenient. And I know everyone sort of bangs on about the infrastructure and how good it is, but it really is that good. And it just makes the switch from combustion engine cars to EVs, it's a no-brainer. You don't have to think about it. Con side of things, you could see the window seals here were, I think, particularly on the driver's side, I don't think are quite right. So you could argue that's the build quality issue and it was letting some wind whistle in, but you know, apart from that, okay, panel gap here possibly, so I'm trying to stay out of the reflection, but you know, do we do this on all Teslas? Sorry, do we do this on all manufacturers? Do we panel gap? Do we panel watch? Or is it just Teslas we do it with? The next thing is the styling. Entirely subjective, but I like it, but a lot of people don't, particularly the Model Y. The road noise I've already mentioned, so you had that sort of wind whistle, but also the tyre roar as well. And the hatch, it's not a hatch, it's a saloon. So how good would this been if it had been a hatchback design? But then people will say, you know, just go for a Model Y. Yeah, you can, but it's more expensive. And something that my wife actually pointed out was the turning circle, and this is pretty bad. In comparison to other cars, it's about 11.6 meters, I think. So when you're moving around in tight spaces, there's a few more. Rather than a 3-point turn, it's going to be like a 5-point turn. But you know, in general, it's I think it's deserved of its reputation, as in it's one of the best EVs out there. You know, it has its faults, but doesn't every car. But in terms of the infrastructure and its efficiency, it just leads the way. And I know there's, you know, a big polarizing thing of like, oh, well, why are Tesla so successful? And because of that, you know, why is their build quality like it is? Why haven't they made the styling, you know, more attractive? Is it as distinctive as an EV6 or Hyundai Ioniq 5? No, it isn't, but they've started, I think, this particularly for aerodynamics, and that's it. There's no compromise. And the other thing is, there's 2 other things. I don't want to make this video too long, but if Tesla wasn't here, do you think the legacy manufacturers would be busting a gut to move into the EV space? I don't think so. I've think they've seen the success that Tesla's had and they want a piece of the pie. And they're fun. I mean, the fact that you've got the farts in the car and all that other thing, the games, they're not taking themselves too seriously. It's fun. And the light show, kids love that. So anyway, those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts on the Model 3? What are your thoughts on Tesla? Do you think they're great cars, or do you dislike them? Some people even hate them. So really, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys soon.